So we were raised around these, old traditional mulalis and, Majlis reciters who were like, looked in the community as something so powerful. You would walk in, I remember my mum still taking me on ziyarah and going to these different majaalis, and then my mum would take me in and I would look at these women, I think, look at them with such power. And then my mum saw my vocal ranges was amazing, and she took me to a small majlis that a lady in the community has set up. And I remember going in there with no knowledge that my mum was going to put me on the spot like that. So my mum turned around to this lady and said, I brought my daughter with me, and I think you should listen, you should hear her. And then I turned around and I looked and I said, she's talking about me. The next day after that, I think it was a week after that, the lady who had organized the majaalis said, called my mum and said, I want her to come to read a majlis with me. So ever since the age of 13, 14, I started off then reading and practicing in majaalis. And it's not just the fact that I had the capability, it's the love that was embedded for Ahlulbayt from a young age. It's like we were fed it. We fell in love with it ourselves. It was such a big part of our lives. So, you carry such a weight on your shoulders because you're not only representing yourself, your religion, but you're representing Ahlulbayt alayhim salatu wassalam. I have friends who are not Muslims or are Muslims, but from a different community, and I say, the month of Muharram and Safar, I cannot be disturbed. And they say, okay, so why? What is it that you do? And I turn around and I say, a Majlis reciter is a person who reads in mourning. And that gives me a chance to be able to elaborate on what happened in Karbala. It's not only me telling them, what I do and how passionate I am about it. It's me also passing on a message and letting them know what happened and what we do to mourn and why we still mourn it. I'm a mum who literally has no time for anything, and I'm doing it. If you have passion for something, then you can persevere. And listening to other people around you telling you can't do it should only edge you on to do it more. Because we as women are constantly told that we're not good enough. But this platform, maybe we can't go publicly and make people hear our voice, but I'm sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala carries this as such a high regard because we're doing it in such a tight circle where only women can hear our voices. But you see me, men haven't heard my voice, but they've heard of me. I remember an uncle's friend or my brother's friend who says, I can't believe it, I haven't heard your voice, but I've heard of how amazing it is and how you can change the entire room. So I did that. And I'm not doing it for the people. You're not doing it for the people. You're doing it for Ahlulbayt. And if you put them in front of you, I'm sure that they can guide you in a way that you would not deem imaginable at all.